Work mostly on the technique, show and tell. How to write a body using show and tell. We will practice some stuff. I brought some worksheets. And instead of taking a lecture on Saturday, I will just give you my email address, and then after you finish writing your article, you can send it to me, and I can give you some general feedback. What is unclear, what is good, what is not, what needs to more clarification, if there is any unnecessary details. And also, if it's a really good story, I can also send it to Pam, We Are Not Numbers director. And if you want to publish it over there at the We Are Not Numbers website, I can send it to her way also. You just ask me and I'll be like, can you send it to We Are Not Numbers? I'll just talk to Pam, send it her way, and see if she likes it, she'll publish it. Okay? So basically, I'll just give you feedback instead of a lecture on the article, and that's about it. So the first two, yeah.
There will be no lecture or class on Saturday.
Yeah, no lecture on Saturday.
That's good.
Yeah, I think I've given almost everything I know, so I have nothing else to give. That's why. So we started this course comparing news articles to feature articles. How news articles, they focus on the very important things at the very beginning, then they go to the important, then the least important. Feature article, we don't have such order. News articles, it's timely, it has to be on time. If you don't write the same time that it happened, nobody's going to read it because they are going to read it somewhere else, not on your website. So feature articles, they are not timely. You can write them anytime, but they have to be relevant. We talked about the news articles are focused on facts, and this is what we are going to work on today. News articles are very focused on facts: number killed, number injured, where it hit, where was everything going on, and when were they happening, etc. Feature article, it's not about the facts, more about the human side, more about the human side of the story. And I made you guys choose a topic, and I hope everybody chose a topic today, at least. And then we work on the introduction and the title last class, right? So today we will work mostly on the body, or the technique. It's a very, very popular technique called show, don't tell. Dr. Rifat talks a lot about it. Salam. And because it's very important. So I have this worksheet. Please take one and just pass the rest. We have 2 pages. The first page, we will compare 2 sentences. And we will see the difference between the 2. Which one is better? Which one do you think is better? And which one should we work for? We will talk about that. And then on the second page, instead of sentences, we will see 2 paragraphs. And then we will compare the 2. And see which one you like better and which one should we work on. Okay? And then we will write today. Today we will be doing some writing. Okay, so let's, in general, let's talk about this technique, in general. When, a lot of writers tell you, when they read your writings, what they say is that, don't tell me how you feel, don't tell me what you do, show me how you feel, and show me what you do. For example, if you are writing about a person who is desperate, for example, don't tell me this person is desperate, Ali is desperate to survive. Show me how he is desperate to survive. Tell me what are the series of events that make him seem desperate. Okay? Because it's more powerful. It's more powerful when you show me rather than you tell me. Because if you tell me, so it's not as, I mean, I don't feel it, right? And I might not believe you. For example, when you read something, when you read, when you see a picture, for example, when you read a short story, the way what you understand from the short story might be different from one person to another, correct? So when you tell me something, here you tell me your conclusion, right? You don't give me the opportunity to reach my own conclusion. See what I mean? So if I tell you a series of events, how someone was, you know, remember the example I gave about, you know, let's say an earthquake hitting China or Japan, and then a little boy grabbing his little sister and running away, and then a rescue helicopter comes to take them away, for example. So if you tell me that they were desperate to survive, sure, I mean they might be, but if you show me, I might understand it in one way, and you might understand it in another. That's what I mean. Okay? So let's look at the examples we have here. I found this on the internet, and I thought it was brilliant. Let's look at the first example. Can I have someone read it? The first example, the first sentence. Number 1. Yeah, go ahead. Number 1.
The little girl looked in the window.
The little girl looked in the window. This is telling me that she was looking in the window, or she looked in the window. The second one, B. Go ahead, yeah.
The little girl pressed so close to the window that her breath fogged the glass.
Yeah. Here, the little girl looked in the window. She could be looking very close. You know, she's looking in the window right here. She could be looking very far away. She could be all the way at the back and looking through the window. We don't have a complete picture of what's going on, right? But we just know that she was looking, or she looked through the window. But in the second one, we see the little girl pressed so close. So she was very close. Sit down. She was very close to the window. Not only close, but her face was sticking to the window. It was very, very close to the window. That her breath was fogging the glass. The air, the hot air from her breath was fogging the glass. So we have a clear picture of what is going on. Yeah, you can imagine it. Exactly, you can imagine it. And this is what you should be doing. You should help the reader imagine. Because if you help the reader imagine, he will be more interested of your story than when you tell him what's going on. And you make it easy for him. Don't make it easy for the reader. Make it hard. Making it harder, give him a little bit of work, makes it more interesting for the reader. Okay? Readers are not interested in boring stories. Let's go with number 2. Let's see. Who wants to read number 2? Do you need the worksheets? Here. So number 2, who wants to read number 2? Bisan, you want to read number 2?
My mother and I walked and looked at the glass window of the chapel.
Okay.
My mother and I would take walks towards the
glow
of the chapel's stained glass.
Okay. So the first one, my mother and I walked and looked at the glass window of the chapel. Did they like it? Did they not like it? Do we know?
No.
We don't know. It doesn't tell me. Were the chapel's glasses, were they nice? Were they bad? Do we know?
No.
Were they beautiful? Were they not? We don't know.
Just
We're just looking at the chapel's window, glass window. In B, we see my mother and I would take walks to watch the glow. Now the windows are glowing now. They're shining, right? Of the chapel's stained glass. So if they're glowing, we can understand that they might be nice looking. But here, another point. The first one, it says, my mother and I walked and looked. They just walked and looked once. It happened in the past, right? Just once. Not repeatedly. In 2, in B, my mother and I would take walks. It means that they would do it often. They would do it multiple times. That means there's something attracting them to this area or this scene. That means what? Is it?
They love it.
They like it, exactly. They like it. That it's a nice looking glass, glowing glass that I like to look at. That's why I go there all the time with my mom. Okay? Very different. Even though the two sentences are very close to each other, but a couple of words make it different, make the meaning totally different. Number 3. the sorority sisters decorated the halls. Sorority sisters is like a sisterhood in colleges in the U.S., mainly in the U.S. So they decorated the halls. They put, we don't know what they did exactly, but they did some decorations. They put some maybe flowers, maybe colored piece of paper, posters. We don't know. Number two, the sorority sisters cheerfully, now we have feelings, cheerfully decorated the halls with the green garlands like flowers, circles of flowers, with green garlands and streamers of red crepe paper. So now we have more vivid, more clear picture of what is going on. The colors they used, the way they felt while they were doing it, cheerfully. I climbed the fence. Well, was it hard to climb the fence? Was it easy to climb the fence? Were you tired when you were climbing the fence? Right? We don't know. Second one, I climbed up the wooden fence. Now we know it's wooden, and I got a splinter in the palm of my hand. A splinter, like he hurt his hand. It got bigger. His palm of his hand got bigger. A red area, splinter. Okay. Now we know that it was painful to climb it. It wasn't easy. It was painful, and it was wooden. Right? More vivid picture. Let's go with the last one before we go with the paragraph. Let me see. Number 8. This is a good one. Number 8 is a really good one. She felt, number 8. She felt embarrassed when she fell. He's telling us that she was embarrassed when she fell. Okay? But we don't have a picture of how she looked like when she fell. And B, she tripped. Now he's telling us how she fell. She tripped and fell backwards. She fell backwards. Okay? Then stood up with blushing cheeks. Her cheeks were red. Right? And shaking hands. You know, that's what happens when you are embarrassed. Your face is red. Exactly. Exactly. From this sentence, you understand that she was embarrassed. But he didn't tell us she was embarrassed. He made us draw the picture and imagine it. And draw the picture and understand that she was embarrassed. Another example would be a friend, or after his friend pushed him, he was angry. Mesela. We can say, well, the friend pushed the man, and the man fell down. He tripped on a rock. And then he stood up shouting at his friend with his face red, or with a red face or something. This shows that he was angry, for example. It's not instead of telling me that he was angry, show me how he was angry. Okay? Everything is clear, right? Very different. We notice, what do you notice about the two in terms of the structure of the sentence? What do you notice the difference between the two? In terms of the structure, the type of words used.
The second ones are provided with adjectives.
Exactly. There are a lot more adjectives. Cheerfully,
And adverbs.
blushing, cheerful, graciously, right? Wooden fence, stained glass. But you get the idea. You want to use adjectives that will help the reader imagine the scene, basically. Imagine the scene. You want him to imagine the scene. Let's flip the page. We have two passages. Now it's not a sentence, it's more of a passage. I want two people to read passage A1 and another to read passage B. Who wants to volunteer? Okay, go ahead.
This is me.
Okay.
My mornings are crazy. I'm rushing all the time. Sometimes I miss my bus and arrive late to school.
Good. Mornings are crazy, she's always on the rush. Sometimes she misses the bus, sometimes she doesn't. And she arrives late when she misses the bus. Do we know how it happened? No. We don't have details, no details. Okay, let's see passage B. Who wants to read? Yeah, go ahead.
I awaken to the annoying buzz of my alarm clock at 6:30 a.m. I am anything but ready to face the day ahead of me. I drag myself to the bathroom where I brush my teeth, take a quick shower, and wash and dry my hair. After changing outfits 3 or 4 times, I run down the stairs, let my dog out, and inhale my breakfast. I scramble for my books and jacket, then race out the front door. I barely make it to my bus on time. What's in the seat, I have a sight or a sigh of relief because I will not be late to school today.
Excellent. Lots of details.
Very
I awaken to the annoying buzz of my alarm clock at 6:30. I am anything but ready to face the day ahead of me. This is like, when you read this, you feel that this is talking about you. This is like everyday life for us, right? But when you say my mornings are crazy, you don't really feel anything. But when you're reading this, it's like they're talking about you. I am anything but ready to face the day ahead of me. I drag myself to the bathroom, very lazy, very sleepy, right? Where I brush my teeth, take a quick shower, and wash and dry my hair. Rushing, she's rushing now all the time. She doesn't tell me I was rushing. She showed me how she was rushing. After changing outfits 3 or 4 times, it must be a girl, I run down the stairs, let my dog out, and inhale my breakfast. Inhale my breakfast. What do you inhale usually?
Oxygen.
Oxygen, right? Just inhale oxygen really quickly. She's inhaling her breakfast because she's eating her breakfast really quickly. Right? Look at the words she was picking. She's inhaling her.
تتعاطى الفطور.
Yeah. Like swallowing the breakfast in one swallow, right? I scramble for my books and jacket. She's just grabbing her books really quickly. Then race out to the front door. She's running to the front door. I barely make it to my bus on time. She's almost late for the bus. Almost late. Once in the seat, I heave a sigh of relief because I will not be late to school today. I will not be late to school today. What does it imply?
She is always
Usually
late.
late. Yeah, she's usually late. She's usually late. So she doesn't tell us that she's usually late. She just shows us how she's usually late. So you need to pick your words carefully, or what you use, because every word can imply something.
Girls are lazy, generally speaking.
Men can be. I am very lazy, so it's possible for the two genders. But look at the difference. How did you feel when you read the first one, and how did you feel when you read the second one?
Well,
Did you feel anything when you read the first one?
No feeling. No, on the first one, I feel like I am more free to imagine the situation the way I want.
Okay.
But the second one, everything is ready made to me, and I need just to imagine.
Right. It takes you to the journey. Like it tells you where to go. Step 1, step 2, step 3. It's like drawn in your head. So it helps you imagine it. But the first one, if you don't really have an imaginative mind, you will not imagine anything as long. Yeah, because it doesn't help you. Unless you want to read the 2 sentences, read it twice, 3 times, 4 times to imagine it yourself, to think deeply about it. Yeah.
I enjoyed reading the second passage, and the verbs were chosen very carefully. For example, drag myself and so on. So
Right.
it was really an interesting and time sequence story.
Right,
So
right.
It is attractive at the same time.
It is. It is very attractive and interesting. Now, when you read the first one, does it feel personal? No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel personal. But when you read the second one, it does feel personal, right? You are related to the story. It takes you to the journey. Not the first one. This is what we need to do. This is exactly what type of writing we want to do. So to practice,
We need
I
to
printed
examples actually. It's very good example. There is more would be nice.
yeah. I wish I did. Maybe in the 2 things that I gave you before, maybe we can see. So to practice this technique, I brought some pictures instead of, because here in this worksheet, they give us a sentence, and we can imagine, or we can help the reader imagine this sentence. But that's not what I want us to do. I want us to write a passage, just one or 2 paragraphs, one passage, about the pictures they have. So I will pass them along, and you can choose whatever picture you want, whatever strikes you as interesting, and then I want you to draw the picture in words instead of just colors and stuff. Well, it's in black and white, but just take one and pass the rest. They're the same pictures, by the way. So yeah, they're the same. So just look through them and choose whatever you want, whatever strikes you. Whatever strikes you. So look at the picture. Look at the picture and think deeply about it. Think about how you want to present it to the reader. Okay? Imagine that if two people pick the same picture, they will write two different things. That's the way I imagine it. And you will see when you look at the pictures, you will see that you can. Yeah, when you look at the picture, you will see that they can be interpreted in different ways. Take your time, choose whatever picture you want. It's 10 p.m., yeah? I chose them carefully so that it has to be striking, you know. It has to have a story.
It should be like a story.
Could be like a story, but like one scene in the story, not the whole story. Yeah. I want you to give me one scene of the story.
Can we make it more specific? Like
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. This could be, it doesn't have to be a statue in your story. It could be a person. Yeah. If you need any pieces of paper to write on, let me know. So we can bring something here. Or pens, whatever. Okay. Again, show me, don't tell me. Don't tell me children playing with the artillery. Don't tell me there are children playing the artillery. Show me what they're doing. And show me some feelings. Tell me how you feel. And put it in a larger context. Because children and artillery, you know, this big gun, this is not a usual sight. Everybody picked. This is the reverse. This is Dora shadows. These are shadows. Yeah. About the children of Hello. Yeah, choose one. Choose one, yes. Looking at your choices. Take 15, 20 minutes to write. Just draw me a scene. Draw me a scene. Similar. Same style. Of course you would pick the cat one.
Shadow or
Yeah?
shadow or
More like what happened is show us the picture first. Okay, the soldier playing a piano. Okay, that's yours. So you go next.
No.
Oh, we changed it.
Yes,
It was.
yes.
Okay, never mind. Okay, Yalla, go ahead.
Once upon a war, a soldier with a veiled face and a gun clinging on his back waits for a while to breathe some glimpse of relief. A piano is there. He turns his face away from war. Among draft and holiness, the silence is broken and the beast is dancing on accumulated threads mingled with miserable life and deaths. He starts playing on the piano and singing the national anthem, where love and peace rarely interfere. But weary man among the forest has successfully made it appear, while other peacemakers have been trying to draw pictures of white pigeons flying in the sky, but the pigeons finally deny to fly.
Oh, nice. That's very nice. That was good, right?
Excuse me.
That was really good. Fantastic job. Good job. Excellent. Okay, who wants to go next? Did you feel like you had a moment of inspiration when you looked at the picture? You're like, okay, I need to write about this. I love it. That's what this is all about. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Kids playing with the tank.
Okay, they're like they're artillery.
Where the evil powers of the world are doing their best to manufacture different and ugly means of destruction and killing. Kids with their innocent and pure sense refuse to be anything but to have fun and be the good and positive power. Who on earth could imagine one day that a source of killing and sadness could turn to be a source of happiness and joyful? A dusty tank could turn to be a beautiful swing, a swing which gives happiness to girls and guys equally and surely for no return.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Cool.
My first try.
Yeah, that's good. But I feel you both wrote in the third person. I feel for this one, writing in the first person would have been would have been more powerful. Like to see they're playing in the tank, but at the same time, from their point of view, they're just playing. They're not playing with a death machine, as you mentioned. Yeah, exactly. So I love the theme, but if we switch it to a first person perspective, to be even more powerful. Like to highlight that they are actually playing in a death machine, but at the same time they're playing, they're having fun.
Is that
Good.
or bad?
It's really good. That's good. It's good. Okay, go ahead. Okay, that's the Chinese man standing in front of the tanks. Happening in China. Okay.
Everything falls apart while I stand still in my homeland and my hopes for peace. Lots of metal tanks move toward more decay, while there is no heart to feel or mind to think humanely. To where will we go with these machines? To the wasteland, where people's lives are worthless to be saved in dignity. We must line up not as machine guns, but as a humans toward a decent life.
That's good. That's good. So is this which perspective is this from? The guy in the front of the tanks or the soldier?
No, from
The guy in the front of the tank. But he's like talking to the soldiers, right?
Yes.
To stop being killing machines. Yeah, that's good. I loved it. Excellent. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I wrote only 4 lines.
That's fine.
This is the picture.
But he's at the top of a mountain,
Yeah.
looking down.
The clouds are hugging each other, and the sun is hiding beneath the pathless sea, listening to one's bleeding heart. A half heart is enough to live in this life that does not mean life. Life in this bleak world is nothing but a heavy mountain.
Oh wow, nice. Really good. It's actually really good. Okay. Anyone wrote any happy thing? Everything seems depressed. I mean, even a sad picture could be turned into a happy picture. Honestly, did anyone write the happy piece? Any happy words? What did you write? I mean, yours is about freedom, right? So what did you write? This should be happy.
It's bad words.
Well, let's hear it. Let's pay attention. Okay, so it's a picture.
Come on, it's too
guys.
Still look at the.
Pick like half to read.
Let's finish it.
Pick one half. You don't have to finish it. So it's a picture of a statue of someone breaking free.
Yes.
Someone breaking free. Yeah? One of you guys will go next. Okay, go ahead.
Should I have?
Go ahead.
His breath was annoying all passengers. His breath was annoyed all the passengers all over the house. The blood wanted to get out through his face. His baby gray t-shirt had turned to black. Shaking his thin legs looked like the last chance to hold himself. 9 hours of waiting to pass the Egyptian side for more than 20 times. I think that's enough.
Okay, so you turned it from.
He was.
So it's about freedom getting out of Gaza, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
محمد is it about the picture ولا
You can apply it to anything, but
Yeah,
the
you can apply
theme
it.
is what is important.
Yeah.
So who wants to read? Suhail?
Yes.
Yes, sir. One of you can read it. Yeah.
Life is about chances.
Okay.
The same one as
As me? Oh, as her? Okay, yeah, perfect. Let's compare. Let's compare.
People always is trying to hold you down, but the thing is, if you try hard enough, you can achieve your purposes. Some people stay in their places all their lives, and there is some people that is trying move and take all their opportunities they can, and they say yes for life. And that's the kind of people do the real change in this world that will inspire you to fly with them.
Nice. Okay.
It's quotation for Einstein. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure.
See, I love the message, but you're killing me, you're not showing me. Yeah, that's the thing. See, I love the message, you're on the right track, but you're telling me that people take opportunities, people inspire or aspire for achievement, etc. But you're not showing me how people take chances, how people do that. You see what I mean? That's the thing. But good try nonetheless. Yeah, go ahead.
My own is a little bit difficult. It's akin to Edgar Allan Poe's words.
Okay, about anger? Okay.
It's not about Edgar, but it's akin to his words.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it out.
This is the
Okay, the dog standing next to the grave of his honor, or sitting next to the grave of his honor.
it's what another different.
Okay.
And the highest and furthest level of and the highest and furthest level she could reach at the training eyes, she found herself in an enormously unfamiliar place. It was a cemetery-like area. She stood up motionlessly except for her two glittering eyes. Gigantic feelings of insecurity and fear started to control over her. She decided to shout and retire, and then as soon as she got the sense of the emergence of the bad feelings, she decided to shout and retire as soon as she got the feelings of she felt that
pain.
they were emerging. The sentences are not that good.
It's okay. But did you turn her to a human? Did you turn the dog into a human, or is it still a dog?
No, she's not photographed. She's standing in the front.
Oh, there's a woman?
There's a woman, but she's standing in front of behind the camera.
Okay, I see. I see. You gave us another perspective. Okay, I like that.
The sentences are not regular. When he started to open her mouth for shouting, John Donne recited the first line of his poem, "Deathly Not Proud," to her. Donne's voice removed the negative feelings and changed her from a coward person into a revolutionary creature who has the hunger to change the direction of the current.
Okay.
She looked with deep concentration into the solar cross in front of her body. Then she saw the number 305, the numbers 305, which were the last three numbers of her own dead mother's phone.
What number?
That's what she said. One of her phones. Okay. So she started to imagine, to see like things.
The grey dog beside her moved its tail as if he was asking her to move or to do something. She told herself that the status should be changed by jumping into the next hole. The hole behind the
She wants to die?
Yes, she wants to try it in order to become, to have no more fear of death.
Yeah. That's really powerful. It's really powerful. I like it. It's really powerful. It's really depressing at the same time. Yeah.
But to the sorrow, she was dragged back into her consciousness by the voice of her brother. her brother said to her that it was 7 a.m. and she had to wake up and bring him back his own book, his own poetry book, which consisted of John Donne's poem, The
She was dreaming?
Yeah, yes, she was in her subconsciousness.
I see.
Yes, we have every
Interesting.
single
That was very deep. It was very deep. It was interesting. Okay. I loved it. You should write it and send it to me. I'd love to read it. To actually read it by myself. Yeah. So, that was nice. Okay, who wants to go next? Me? Okay, Yalla, go ahead.
Same picture.
Okay, perfect. So we can compare.
The pitch of the bounce was Jenna out following the piano tiles. The body is falling down all over the place into pieces. The blood covering his face, his fingers touching the past while not forgetting the Brooklyn on his shoulder. The mud covering his boots, the TNT smell filling his lungs, the smell not leaving his nose. His captain shouting at him, "Come back, you'll die." The answer came with high sound of piano. "Tell my mom I died while playing the piano."
Oh wow, okay. Oh, that was nice. So you chose to die while happy playing music rather than fighting, basically. Amazing, good job. See, at least this is, it's sad, but it has happy note into it. You know, it has happy note. But you get the idea. That was good. That's good. Good job. Anyone wants to volunteer and read? Do you want me to read mine?
Yes.
Where's mine? My picture is. Where is it? Ah, this one. This one is my picture. The young man, someone drew on it. The young man planting flowers into the nozzle of the rifle, right? As a protest. Okay. I wrote this really quickly in 5 minutes. So. Okay, let's listen. Time stopped for a second. Okay. To him, the second seemed eternity. As he looked at the white face of the young man planting white flowers into his rifle nozzle, his time and space were disoriented or corrupted. It was as if the white flowers had a poison that corrupts the mind. He started to see images of his wife and children flashing in front of his eyes, and it felt so real. For that moment, he was no longer wearing the rugged soldier uniform with his heavy helmet. He was a civilian, and he was smiling and having a good time with his family. What was he doing there in the first place? Why was he holding a rifle in the face of a civilian? Was this the effect of the heavier helmet? Does it turn you into a machine? Why is he even asking these kind of questions in the first place? And why was he asking these questions in the first place? What did the young man with his poisonous flower do to him? Basically, I think. Yeah. So basically, he started to question himself. What is he doing in the first place? Yeah, basically. That's it for today. Did you like the practice? Did you like the exercise? Do you like try to imagine, try to draw the scene, and try to draw the scene using words instead of a pencil or a brush? This is the essential, like the core idea of feature writing. What you do is you need to draw the scenes for the reader to follow. You want him to make an effort, basically. Don't give it to him easy. Don't tell him he was angry. Show me how he's angry. Let him feel the anger himself. As we saw in the example here, the waking up early, and with the examples you guys gave us, we felt what was going on. We felt what was that character doing and what was the character feeling. And this is very essential in feature writing. As you see in the writing, I crossed a lot. I would write something and notice that it's tilling, so I would scratch it and try to make it into showing. So this is what you essentially have to do. You just need to you write, and then you notice where you need to change. If you write something and you by mistake, you don't mean it, but by mistake you're telling me something, just scratch it off and make it showing. Make it into a showing. It would be very, very powerful. But very important note before we leave. Very important note. Do not try to be too dramatic. Do not try to be too dramatic, because Arabic writing we're used to this in Arabic, and we try to be dramatic when we talk and when we write. Not just victimization, just the style itself. Arabic is dramatic. It's a dramatic language. يعني even يعني at school, for example, when we are at school doing the إذاعة thing, right? The way we read normal stuff, but we make it so dramatic, like we're talking about us, you know, طلاب الصف السادس, like it's just you're telling me who you are, and it's not dramatic, and you don't have to make it like, it's like I was walking in the street and then I saw a young man walking too beside me, whatever. But this is how we read in Arabic, right? So you're telling me something normal, but you read it in a dramatic way. This is not the case in English. And if you read newspapers, if you read feature article, if you read stories written in English, they're not as dramatic as the ones in Arabic. They don't have that many beautifications as we do in Arabic. So try to be less dramatic and straightforward. It's very important that you are straightforward with your language. Don't try to go into a maze. In Arabic we do this, you know, we try to play with words. Because that's how the language is. It helps you play with words and people like it. But in English it's not the same. You don't want to play too much. You want to play because this is essentially, it's beautiful, you know, it's nice to play with words, but don't play too much because it ruins it. It's like when you are painting a picture and then you just put too many colors in it. It's just no longer a nice picture anymore, right? It's just the colors are not lined up nicely anymore. So you don't want to make it too beautiful. You just make it beautiful enough when you write. And good job. I really enjoyed the lecture. You guys are a fantastic group of young people. And I hope I hear from you. I'm going to write my email. And if you write anything, send it my way. I'll be more than happy to send you feedback. I'll be more than happy to send you feedback. And as I said earlier, I will send whatever you send me. I will send it also to Pam Bailey, the general director of Numbers.